to Bowl Game Radio.
They reverse it to Shipley. Now he's going to throw the ball to Ash at the 5, to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas. A little razzle-dazzle.
With Bruce Binkowski and Mark Neville.
Moves it downfield, got a receiver there. Caught at the 15, 10, 5. He scored.
Bowl Game Radio on San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Bowl Game Radio here on the Mighty 1090. I'm Bruce Binkowski.
And I'm Mark Neville. We are nearing the end of the 2014 season. Hard to believe. And thanks for joining us again as we look forward to San Diego's postseason college football games, the National University Holiday Bowl, and the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl.
And we're going to look at the possible, potential, maybe matchups. We're just around the corner. Selection Sunday is this Sunday, so we're going to talk about it and see if we can kind of give you an idea who will be in both of our games. And, of course, we're going to have a discussion with the radio voice, or the color radio voice, of the Navy midshipmen. We're going to talk about Naval Academy because they are in the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl, and also we're going to rerun a great interview we did last week.
And, you know, this is an exciting year. We've been talking about it during Bowl Game Radio this season. And college football, this is a great season for college football, a great season for San Diego's bowl games. The most recent playoff rankings were released earlier this week, and soon the controversy and discussions will soon be put to rest as we prepare for Selection Sunday. And in just a moment, we'll welcome back Omar Nelson, as Bruce just mentioned.
He's the color analyst for Navy football, and we want to talk to him about some interesting games Navy played, especially Thanksgiving weekend against South Alabama. And then later on in the program, we're going to rerun an interview we did last week during Thanksgiving week, because we know a lot of people were gone and couldn't hear the show. It was a great interview with former Texas Longhorns coach Mac Brown, and it was really a great to talk to Mac and get all of his insights. So we'll be listening to that later on in this show as well.
So before Bruce and I jump into the possibles for San Diego's bowl games, I would like to remind you to like us on each of our Facebook pages. There will be a lot of information in there about the two games as we roll towards the late December matchups. And follow us on Twitter at Poinsettia Bowl and at Holiday Bowl Games. So, Bruce, here we are. We are just days away from knowing the two teams, or the four teams that will be playing in our bowl games. Of course, let's talk about the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl first, because it's a little bit easier, a little more clear. Tell us about Navy.
Well, Navy had to be bowl eligible. Now, remember, in our agreement with the Naval Academy, all they had to do was get bowl eligible. And they did Thanksgiving weekend, thank goodness. It was a nail-biter. And we're going to talk to Omar Nelson about how all that took place. So the Naval Academy is coming to San Diego, to the Poinsettia Bowl. Go to SanDiegoBowlGames.com. Order your tickets right now, because it's going to be a great Navy team coming into town.
Okay, so we got a great Navy team. Are we going to have a great Mountain West team on the other side? What are the possibles there?
Well, we've always said on our short list is San Diego State. And, of course, there's other potential teams. We don't think Boise State's in that mix now, because if Boise wins the Mountain West Championship game this weekend, they're probably going to the Fiesta Bowl.
And deservedly so.
Absolutely. And then, of course, Colorado State could be in the mix. Utah State, not Air Force, because they already played Navy, so we wouldn't have that rematch. But, again, on our short list, San Diego State Aztecs, they won their last game against San Jose State. They're 7-5, but we have to wait until this weekend before we can announce anything. But we're encouraging the Mountain West Conference to make sure that we get the best matchup for San Diego.
If we were able to get San Diego State, that would be a rematch of the 2010 San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl between those two teams.
And for those fans that remember that game back in 2010, San Diego State beat Navy handily, as I recall.
Right.
And that was the year of the flood, where we had the night before the game 1.3 million gallons of water on the field, covering the Qualcomm Stadium field, and yet they drained it, and by game night, it was in perfect condition. Kudos to the Qualcomm Stadium grounds crew.
All right, so now let's jump over to the National University Holiday Bowl. Lots of stuff happening right now. Let's go to the Pac-12 side. Again, the College Football Playoff Access Bowls go at it first, then it's the Alamo Bowl, then us. What are the likely scenarios?
Well, out of the Pac-12, the most likely scenarios would include USC, Arizona, UCLA. I think those are the final three. It could be any one of those three.
And a lot of it we're going to be watching the Pac-12 championship game on Friday between Oregon and Arizona, and that'll start everything in motion.
And out of the Big Ten side, it could be anybody from Wisconsin to Nebraska to Minnesota to Iowa.
Okay,
so we will find out.
You're telling me it could be USC, Wisconsin, it could be Arizona, Minnesota, it could be Nebraska against UCLA. We can't go wrong.
No, we can't. It's going to be a great December for college football in San Diego.
All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk with the color analyst of Navy Midshipman Football with Omar Nelson. That's when we come back. You're listening to Bowl Game Radio on the San Diego Bowl Game Media Network and the Mighty 1090.